your jobs correctly. Do not undercharge in your jobs. You will regret it at the end. I don't care how bad you need that money. Do not underprice. You'll end up paying more than whatever that job is. Good afternoon, hustlers. It's your hustling cousin, the cargo van handyman. First off, shout out to everybody who liked my video yesterday, commented, and subscribed. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Hopefully you guys are getting value out of the videos that I am posting now. Just because I went through years of grinding and struggling just to kind of make it to a point where now I'm actually profitable, but I lost a lot of money on the way, which is the subject of this video, about when I lost a lot of money and the lessons I learned from it. Hopefully that can be of value to you guys. Hopefully you guys are able to learn from my mistake and not make them, and that you guys are profitable out here hustling, right? Real quick before I start this video, a quick update on yesterday. I posted a video on my day about me making about 600 that day. What ended up happening was my AC guy, the one I was gonna do a job for, he canceled on me. Well, no call, no show until like hours later. But anyways, my brother ended up calling me on another AC job. So I went over there, helped him out, and made a few hundred more. So instead of making 600 yesterday, I made about maybe 800-900 yesterday. So, you know, everything ended up working out. I actually still got the cash in here in my drawer, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good day, man. It's a good day. It's a good day yesterday. For today, I start off my day today, because this is midday for me. I start off my day today picking up some supplies. I actually buy and resell diabetic test strips. So I went to my buyer this morning and got a box of this stuff in here. So I'm gonna resell these later on today. I think one of them fell out the box. Oh, one of them fell out. Yeah, okay. So anyways, I do that on the side too. You know, I just kind of learned to kind of diversify myself a little bit more, just in case things get slow. But it has actually been a really good little side hustle for me. I've been able to make a couple $100 extra a week off of it. So I could always make a video on that. If you guys want me to, comment that down below. And I kind of like involve you guys in all my little hustles that I do, but this one is my main one. This is my bread and my butter. This is what pays the bills. This is what keeps me going every single day. Now, one more thing, my goals coming forth, going in the future, is I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by like February of next year. That's my goal, to hit 500 subscribers. So I'm going to continue pumping out value, as much value as I can. It's hopefully I can hit that mark. I want to get 50 likes on this video. That's my goal. I don't want to set myself too short, you know what I'm saying? I want to set my goals high. So right now it's 50. I got like 4 in my last video, I believe. So my goal for this one is about 50. And that's it. Now to get into how I lost $1,600. I lost $1,600 on a job, and it was my fault. Why? Because pricing. So pretty much this was what happened, right? So one of my leads came in, and they hit me up and said, hey, listen, you know, we have a painting job. We want to touch up paint in the house. We don't want to change the colors or anything, just a touch up paint. You know, couple bedrooms, just touch them all up, and you know, that's pretty much it. That was for the scope of the work. So I was like, hey, okay, no problem, I'll shoot over there. I gave them an over the phone quote, estimate. I told them 1,600. Like, yeah, that's fine, we could do 16. Well, actually, when I told them 16, they're gritting their teeth. Like, I could hear them through the phone. They were upset about that. They did not want to pay 1,600 for it. But I was like, hey, you know, that covers my time. Plus, at the time, I was slow, so I was like, you know what, I'll take whatever. At the time, this was about September. This was at the end of September of this year. So I went over there, and you know, I got my materials, got everything ready to start the job. And as I'm doing the job, the lady, nice lady by the way, but she definitely knew she was getting she definitely knew she was taking advantage of my pricing. So I went in there, and the house was completely furnished. There was stuff everywhere. The house was full of stuff. I had to move things around all the time, and it just became so tedious throughout that job. And it just became more. And I told her, I was like, hey, this is, starting to become a little bit cumbersome, and I wanted, like, I was thinking about upping the price. And she was like, hey, this is the price we agreed to and stuff, kind of guilt tripping me in a lot of ways. And I take myself as a kind-hearted person. Like, I could be tough and stuff, but naturally I'm a more like kind-hearted person. I like to give people, deals and stuff, just because I know how hard it is. I've been through hell and back, and people didn't want to give me deals, so I try to pay that forward a lot of times, and hopefully they pay that forward. But yeah, I was doing the job, and it was just way more than I thought it would be. And then she kept adding stuff in it. She's like, oh, you can't paint this and not paint that. And, and I just got to the point, I was like, hey, listen, I got to raise the price. Like, if I would have known it had been this much stuff, I would have hired somebody else. I got done with the basic touch-up at that point, just touching up all the walls. I was going to spray, but I ended up rolling everything because there's just too much stuff in the house. And so when I finished the touch-up, I had a vacation coming up. I was going to take a cruise. So I was trying to finish the job before I went on the cruise. And so the cruise was about to come. I was going to be gone for like 5 days. The cruise was coming, and I was trying to finish the job before I was done. And like the day before the cruise, I finished all the touch-up paint. And then she was like, hey, you didn't do the baseboards. You didn't hit that door. You didn't do that. And I was like, come on. And plus I ate the cost of the materials. I paid for a gallon of paint in it. I know it's dumb, but I did pay for the gallon of paint, the bucket of paint, and that ran me about $150, almost $200. And then the supplies and stuff, it was like almost $300 in supplies. And so I was really taking home 13, and that doesn't include the fuel expenses, doesn't include the time that I spent in there. And by the time like we got into the job, after I finished that painting and everything, and I told her, after I finished all that, and then the day before my cruise, she was like, you didn't finish all that. And she was not going to pay me. She was holding my money. She was not going to pay me until I finished. And I was like upset about it. But at that point, it was like, this had to get done. It had to be over with. I had to finish everything. It had to get done. And so I ended up, after my cruise, I ended up coming back like the same day I got off that boat to go finish it. I ended up buying white touch-up paint to touch up the baseboards, and she kept adding things here, adding things there. And before I knew it, I ended up spending maybe 2.5 weeks painting that house, losing out on jobs, spending all day there, losing out on jobs, pushing things forward, falling behind. And it cost me so much money. And that job ended up costing me more money than what it was worth to me. And from that point forward, I was like, I am done. I'm no longer underpricing anything, giving deals. Like I'm done. Like, that was my last time undercharging on anything. I had to go find a solution. So now whenever I do my estimating, I do everything through an estimating app. And it's AI generated. It's giving me some dead accurate quotes. And now I don't charge less than what I'm supposed to charge. Like, I'm charging everybody accordingly and more to cover any unforeseen expenses. I let them know ahead of time. All prices are subject to change depending on the scope of the work. Now I'm really on it, because that cost me so much money on that it's, and set me behind so far, that I've learned my lesson. And for the longest time, I've been struggling to grow, like really grow. And I've always found myself rushing, looking for work, and not, because I'm doing the job and I'm not getting paid enough. So I'm finding more work so I can start covering my expenses. And the biggest problem through all that was just underpricing. Have not been pricing correctly. The entire time I've not been pricing correctly. So my advice to anybody watching this video is price your jobs correctly. Do not undercharge in your jobs. You will regret it at the end. I don't care how bad you need that money. Do not underprice. You'll end up paying more than whatever that job was worth to you. It's not, you're essentially working for free. And the last thing you want to do when you need money, or everybody needs money, is working for free. So my advice to everybody, price accordingly, price the right way. Make sure you get paid what you're supposed to get paid. Do not take that lick. Do not take that L off that job. It will hurt. It will be a painful one. And I've learned that lesson all too many times. Moving forward, that is not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be charging accordingly. Do not spend 2.5 weeks painting somebody's house and undercharging for it and eating all those costs. It's not worth it at the end of the day. Now for today, if you guys are still watching, I'm going to be doing 2 jobs today. One of them at my regular's house in Boynton Beach, and that one's gonna pay out about 300 something for today on that job. After I leave here, I'm gonna be going to Fort Lauderdale to do another job there, and that's to do a closet shelf installation. I'm gonna be installing some extra shelves in the closet. I'm gonna be installing a shower head. I'm gonna be installing a floating shelf. I'm doing all that for about $300, a little over $300, 320 I believe I quoted her. And over here I'm doing kind of the same thing. I'm mounting up some shelves for the garage. I'm doing some painting, and what else am I doing? And installing a closet door, and that's gonna pay me around $300 something too. I'm estimating myself making somewhere between $620 to $650 gross today, after expenses, somewhere around maybe like 560, 580. I believe I'll be netting today, and that's my day today. And tomorrow update you guys on another video about how today went, and then give you guys more game tomorrow. If you do like this video, like and subscribe, help my channel grow, help me provide value to everybody else who may be in this industry or anything similar to what I do. You can gain a lot from watching it, from all my mistakes, because everything I learned was from mistakes. No mentors or anything like that, just going at it, grinding, learning and adapting quick, problem solving out my ass. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. See you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your day.